Good afternoon. I'm Daniel Guest, and welcome to the Imagine Golf Podcast. This podcast is dedicated to help you get the swing and the game that you've always imagined. Today's episode is brought to you by Imagine Golf and PXG. You can go to our site, imaginegolf.com, to see all of our offerings, including our free drills, our practice plans, our golf ebooks and videos, or to book a lesson with me at our state-of-the-art studio right outside of Philadelphia, or virtually from anywhere in the world. And you can sign up for our free tips and videos that go out every week, once a week, by simply dropping us your email. Well, today is Friday, and you know what that means? This is the Friday. 4 left, hopefully, today when I play. Certainly never want, I'm a right-hander, so certainly never want to be slicing the golf ball. I have been playing a little bit of a fade lately, though, which is unusual for me. And all good. Shot 76 recently, and hopefully get below that today. So, today's For Friday, where we give you a tool or a thought process or something positive that you can take with you to the course and implement right away, without even really, changing a whole lot, if you would. Maybe, I shouldn't even say that. Maybe it is changing a whole lot for you, depending on what you got going on. But you get the point. We deliver that to you in 4 minutes or less, starting now. And today's episode is on putting, right? It's the major part of your game, the number one thing in your game, and it's the least practice. We all know that. We've done a couple podcasts on that. But I had the pleasure of sitting down with Dr. Joe Parent, and this is a while ago, right? But I was rereading his book, the Zen series, right? He has Zen Golf, Zen Putting, and I was reading the Zen Putting piece, and it really got me thinking about what conceptually he talks about in putting, right? And it's a really simple concept, right? He talks about the difference between making a putt and holding a putt, right? Making a putt and holding a putt. And he says, listen, and I'll be paraphrasing it because I only got 4 minutes, but he simply says, look, what is the objective, right? Once you get on the green or for a putt. And I happened to be in a group when he said it, right? And everyone said, well, to make the putt. He goes, all right. So he picks a ball up and he walks over and he drops it in the hole. He's like, is that okay? Am I allowed to do that? And of course, everyone said, no, that's ridiculous. He said, of course not. So he comes back from the green again, or back from the hole again. He's about 10 feet and he takes his putter and he like hockey sticks it, if you would, like, meaning like it carries it with the putter all the way up, right? Kind of pushes it, if you would, all the way up. And then it just naturally falls in the hole. He's like, how about that? Am I allowed to do that? And obviously the audience is like, well, no, I can't do that either, right? It's against the rules. And he's like, well, what are you talking about? You told me the objective was to make the putt, right? And I just made the putt, and I'm not allowed to do those two things. So clearly the objective is not to make the putt or get the ball in the hole, if you would, right? So, and the whole room kind of went silent. He's like, look, you can make a putt or you can hole a putt, but you can't do both. And he says, making a putt is when you line up, you go through your routine, you hit the putt just like you wanted to. Everything is great, right? You made the putt. Whether it goes in or not is irrelevant. He said, it's not a perfect surface. The balls aren't perfectly round, right? You never have a perfect, back and forth stroke, if you would. So you did everything that you were supposed to do, and you made that putt, all right? Holding a putt is when you make the putt and everything goes as planned and it drops in the hole. He says, but you can hold putts with horrible strokes, just pure luck, right? You hit 100 balls towards a hole, some of them are going to fall in, right? So when you take the pressure off of trying to hole a putt and worry about making the putt, guess what? You hole more putts. He says the opposite, though, is not true. When you try to hole putts, you put a level of stress on your body, on your mind, on your ecosystem, on everything that precludes you from actually doing the actual assigned task that you're trying to accomplish, which is hole the putt. So just when you say that out loud, right? When you make putts, you have more of a chance. When you focus on making putts, you have a higher percentage chance of holing a putts. When you try to hole putts, you have a lower percent chance of actually holing the putt, right? And it just totally makes sense, right? It's no different than anything else in golf, right? You swing it's paradoxical, right? You swing to the left, the ball goes to the right, right? You try to swing hard with your hands, and the ball doesn't go as far, right? So it totally made sense, and I put it back in the concept or back into play in my own game, and I ended up with like 24 putts or something, right? So I know it works. I'm going to employ it more and more, but it really emphasizes the mental aspects of the game to help you achieve a greater focus and calmness and consistency on the greens. And again, when you just say that out loud, you know you're going to hole more putts, right? So in closing, take a page out of Zen Putting. Heck, read the book, right? It's an easy read. It's a fun read. I think it's like 130 some pages. It's a great book, right? But even if you don't read the book, just conceptually get your mind around making putts and holing putts and change that paradigm. Change the way you talk, right? Change the way you think, change the way you act on the greens, and I guarantee you, you will start making more putts and get the swing or the putt and the game that you've always imagined. Hey, thanks. That's all we have for today for the podcast. I really appreciate your listening. Hit the follow button wherever you get your podcast from. We're at all the directories. And again, as I said about 2 seconds ago, here's getting you the swing, the putt, and the game that you've always imagined.